class. This week we're looking at scale. And so I'm going to go over a couple of terms and give you some examples and then leave you with some thoughts for further. The first thing we're going to discuss is economies of scale. This is something that was a huge deal in the 90s. I remember when I was starting working from college, everyone was talking about economies of scale. Basically, what we were doing is we were specializing so that we could make more things and make them cheaper. So back then, I was running a flour mill. And what we switched to is we switched to an assembly line. So that way, each person worked in one area. They either worked to clean the wheat or temper the wheat, which is adding water to it so that way it mills better. Or they worked in the mill itself, or they worked to where they loaded it out, either in a big truck or in bags. They did this so that way the employees in that area would start to work and get faster. Over time, it was to where if somebody new came in to do their job, they really couldn't keep up with the way the machines were going because there were problems with their. You will see also examples of this in our tap water. If you think about how much money it costs to run water lines, it would be very inefficient to have somebody else come in and run an additional water line. So most towns you are not able to get water from more than one company, usually the city. Also, Sam's and Costco, they talk about how you can buy products in bulk. This would be another example of where you would see this in your everyday life. You could maybe think of where you work now if you do some production of a good or a service to see how you have made things more efficient by specializing and everyone having their own part. What happens over time as companies get larger is we can experience diseconomies of scale. This happens when we overhire employees. Maybe some employees are not motivated properly and there isn't as much oversight as there should be because there's just too many employees. Also, it can happen if there's inefficient management. Maybe the management doesn't know specifically what their areas are of coverage and no one ends up covering a certain area. They could also have coordination issues, which is just they don't know what's going on when, and there's just poor communication. This happens a lot of times with top-heavy companies. You can see this with the federal government at times, or just a very large company that you may work for. And this creates the issue of where is bigger really better. And so I would like you to spend some time this week thinking about this. Send me a note if you want. Think about how big is too big. You can also relate this back to the 2008 financial crisis. As once a company gets so big, they're such a big part of our economy, we really, as a nation, can't afford to allow them to fail. So send me a note. Let me know your thoughts. There's no wrong answer to this. I look forward to hearing from you.